Well, good morning, everyone. Thomas Montgomery here. It's my pleasure to get together with you, our distribution partners, most weekday mornings. Please note that we will not have a training tomorrow on Wednesday, May 11th, or on Friday, May 13th, due to travel. But today we're here and excited to visit with you. We talk about strategies, techniques, tips, success stories, and we're going to kind of mix a number of those in today. We understand that many of our distribution partners are busy professionals. They have a lot of other things going on in their lives, and they're certainly interested in helping others and generating income, but it needs to be simple, not complicated, not a bunch of training videos, not any risk, of course, not any cost. And that's really how our new referral partnership has been redesigned. So I wanted to go through that briefly and also go through some of the Q&A, questions and answers that we are typically seeing from our referral partners. So our topic today should be shared on the screen: 3 easy steps to earn an adult income while helping others. 3 steps. Keep it simple. Get a free landing page, doesn't cost you a penny, on 4weekfunding.org. You refer people to it, and then you get paid. And of course, the detail is you get 5% of their capital raise, which we'll talk about here in a minute. But it's those 3 steps. And I don't know how we could make it any simpler, because once you go fill out the form at the bottom of the page, the system will automatically email you a link within moments. You're ready to market. You're ready to make money. Now let's go through the Q&A, which is the real purpose of today's discussion. Some people will ask, well, how much does it cost to be a referral partner again? Are there strings attached? No, it's super simple. Of course, you can see it there, but it costs $0. The landing page is free. There's nothing that you have to pay to become a referral partner. Are there production requirements? No, there's no production requirements. Refer in 1 person a day, 1 person a week, 1 person a month. Refer in no one, I guess. Of course, you won't make any money that way, but there's no strings attached. Often, interestingly, we'll have people that come to us and say, okay, I want to be a referral partner. And we say, okay, great. What does your pipeline look like? Oh, I don't have a pipeline. I don't know where to get leads. Well, that's not a real strong suit of a referral partner if they either don't have leads to refer or don't know how to develop leads, because that's kind of their deal. But regardless, as we've covered in other trainings, for next to nothing, and if you need us to finance it, we can, but you can get leads off of real X traffic. We commonly give the Jeff Sokol story. One of our referral partners, and it was last year, granted, he was buying leads off real X traffic, and in one 30-day period, he had 400 enrollments. Actually, it's over 400 enrollments, not leads, but clients that enrolled in 1 month. That's pretty powerful. So real X traffic is one lead source, and lead tycoons we talked about also. Lead tycoons, you can get leads a number of different ways. You can get leads with emails, leads with cell phone numbers, and so forth. But either of these have panned out really well. Now, they're for-profit businesses, so granted, they charge a little bit, but there's some pretty cheap options. And again, if you need us to finance that for you, that can be arranged. Otherwise, I mean, and this isn't all about you going and buying leads. We don't get any kickback from them. Frankly, we don't care if you buy leads or not. If you don't have leads and you're trying to follow these 3 steps, then we've got a problem. So you either need to buy them or get them somewhere. Some of you are really good about getting referrals from others. Some of you are getting referrals from banks. Some of you are getting referrals from CPAs. Some of you are getting referrals from merchant cash advance companies that have turndowns. It's up to you where you want to get the leads, but that's the role here, is to refer people in so you can make money. Another frequent question we get is, well, how much can I earn? Well, to no surprise, as is stated, when you sign up as a referral partner, you make 5 points off the client's capital raise, but there's no maximum. So if the client raises $100,000, guess what? You get paid $5,000. If the client raises $200,000, you get paid $10,000. If the client raises more or less, it's linear with 5% of the client's capital raise. There's no mystery to it. It's in writing. Question comes up, well, okay, well, I see I can make a lot of money with this, but is this really good what I'm offering to other people? Well, the answer is heck yeah, it is. Absolutely. So what you're doing is driving people to your link, your landing page of 4-week funding. They're going to be able to enroll at no cost. We've applied for, we've received a grant. They don't have to pay the $2,500. They don't have to pay any dollars. It's no cost to them. So that's a pretty good start. When you're able to monetize a program that the client pays nothing for, you can start to see how this can grow to be something very significant. Secondly, what we're going to do is work with them over a 4-week, 28-day process. They'll be assigned a mentor, of course, a real person to work with them. All of our mentors have either backgrounds as SBA, SBDC advisors, SCORE mentors, or business college professors. And so they're going to be assisted with improving their financial literacy so they know what they need to know to be able to raise capital. We're going to help them create a lender compliant loan package because that's necessary to have the documentation and support materials. And we're going to position them for a large capital raise. And so if they have some credibility issues, then we can help them with that. They're going to have access to their first tranche of financing immediately if they want it. We talked about this yesterday on the training. So if they want to wait for the 28 days before they go to funding, that's the design of the 4-week process. But if they need some capital even before then, we can certainly take them for what's called first tranche financing, FTF, or just think of it as a first round of financing, interim financing. Most clients will receive 4 to 7 cash funding offers from FTF. So we're not talking about store credit from Lowe's or Home Depot. We're talking about cash that's put into their account. Some of you like examples, and so I could have filled this whole page with, I could fill multiple pages with examples, but I just pulled a couple out from yesterday or recently. Mr. Davis, and this was yesterday, so today we're recording this on May 10th. This is his offer from yesterday, May 9th, 2022, over $71,000 of first tranche. So even before he's finished the 28 days, he has received funding offers for over $70,000. I mean, that's not enough. He wants more, he needs more, he deserves more, but we need to build a loan package out to get more. But that's now, that's funding that he's being offered right now, even before we finish the 28-day process. And again, I know a lot of you make a lot of money, and 71,000, that wouldn't support your lunches for the month. But for Mr. Davis, that's a good deal to get 71,000 this month while he's still going through the process. Mr. Owens didn't get quite as much. He got 41,000 for his first tranche financing, and 30,000 of that was from a nationally known credit union with pretty good interest rate. Interest rates are rising. We do need to be aware that the cost of capital, the cost of borrowing money is becoming more expensive. We've lived in a subsidized, very low interest rate environment, and interest rates are going up. We don't get paid off the points of interest, so we don't benefit from clients paying higher, but don't be naive. The federal government, the Federal Reserve, has recently announced a 50 basis point increase in the Fed interest rate. You're going to see lenders follow. And so, in my opinion, 10%, I know we'd love it to be single digits, but just right at 10.5% for first tranche financing, I think is fair. And then, of course, once we finish the 28 days, we can go after the larger capital raise, and then Mr. Owens can pay off this if he doesn't want to continue it. Miss Smith, we got to be gender equivalent here. This is a female versus the first two that were male, just by happenstance. Miss Smith received funding offers of $143,000. Now, her interest rates were in the single digits. But frankly, this was right before, because it was last week when the Federal Reserve increased the federal rate by 50 basis points. Hers was right before that, by the way. But the bottom line is, I mean, for her, she's not even completed her loan package yet. And to have damn close to $150,000 of access to capital isn't bad, right? I think you're going to find a lot of small businesses, if you could share with them, hey, we can take you through a free program that's grant subsidized, only takes 28 days. And if you need capital even sooner than that, we can get your first tranche immediately. And it could be 50, 75, 100, 125. It could be like Chloe, $143,000. Why would you think that that's not a great deal for the client? And then Mr. Coleman received $97,000. So of course, the amount of first tranche financing is going to vary by the individual. You and I know that. We can't make a promise until we go through the process to see what offers they get. But on the low end here, we're looking at $41,000. At the high end, we're looking at $143,000. And this isn't total capital raise. This is just simply the first tranche financing while we're going through the 28-day process. Pretty strong, isn't it? Okay, next question is, well, I want to earn more than 5 points. That's not fair. I'm worth more than 5 points for my referrals. Well, great. Then become a white label partner. You can sign up here, free and easy, and you can set whatever performance fee you want for your clients. If you want to double your income or triple your income, then do it. We'll train you, we'll support you, be a white label partner. Simple enough, right? Some people will complain, I don't have much time. I don't know. It's like, well, what are your alternatives? Where else do you reasonably expect to make thousands of dollars by referring someone to a free site we give you? I mean, where better can you earn more return on investment than that? But the bottom line, the answer is, well, if I don't have much time, the answer is, well, no problem. It doesn't take much time, right? There's only 3 steps. Get a free landing page. That'll take you about 2 to 3 minutes. Refer someone to your link. And if you're sending it out via Craigslist, text, emails, whatever, it really takes you no incremental time or next to no time. And then you get paid, right? So we can't fall into the pitfall of saying, well, I don't have enough time. Well, the question is, do you have enough money, right? If you don't have enough money, we need to do something to be able to generate more income. This one's kind of jokingly, but some people would just really don't have much initiative, and it's fine. Well, this doesn't take much effort, right? There's only 3 steps. Get a landing page, refer people to it, get paid, right? Some people say, well, I don't really like sales. Well, there's no sales involved with this. You're freaking giving something away to people that they need that solves their problem, right? Now, if there weren't the grant, they'd have to pay $2,500. So now you'd have to learn and be good at closing deals for $2,500 a pop. That's not even the issue here. There is no cost to the client to enroll. So you're solving problems for free. So let's open it up to the questions and excuses that you may have, and let's field through those, because these are some of the recent ones that we've received, and that's why we put them on the page. But I'd love to hear from you. So we've got a big group, almost 220 people on Zoom this morning. Welcome to all of you. So what questions do any of you have about this specific process? Let's focus our conversation on this concept of this 3 easy steps. So Alfred, April, Ben, Cameron, David, Hannah, Jeff, John, Joseph. Joseph, you're one of the biggest hitters, licensed realtor in Northwest Arkansas. What do you have to add about this? What would you do different, Joseph, if you had a 3-step process where you could help people earn $5,000 or more for following these 3 steps with no investment, no cost? Magnus, Pierre, Samuel, Veronica, Wayne, others. I mean, we've got a ton of people. All right, so Veronica asked a great question, because I made reference to it, I didn't answer. So she said, okay, she wants to buy leads. How do we get financing? Just go through the process yourself. So when you get to the landing page, fill this out and go through it yourself, and we'll get you financing, right? We'll be able to get you first tranche financing. It's just that simple. And I'm sorry, Veronica, I alluded to that, but I didn't describe it. That was my fault. But as we talked about on recent trainings, you can get like and again, we don't have any kickback, no conflict of interest, but you can get like 1,000 small business owner leads from lead tycoons, and it's like $200. And if that's too much, get a couple people together and split it 2 or 3 ways. But if cash flows that tight, then just go through the process yourself. Magnus asked about notification. Yes, Scott Stroud, our Chief Marketing Officer, has done a great job of building out these landing pages. So you'll have your unique link and you'll be notified when people enroll. You'll have back office reporting. So absolutely, you'll have that feedback that you're looking for, Magnus. Absolutely. Okay, so we're looking for other questions or excuses, I say that jokingly, that any of you have about this simple three-step process. If you want to attack that 5 points is not enough money, that you should earn more than 5, then fine, I give in. You're worth more than 5 points per client. You're worth more than 5,000. Then there's a way to accomplish that. Some of you say, no, 5,000 is a fair amount for just referring people in. Then great. Then the system as it stands works. Some of you will not understand well enough the value proposition of what they're getting with the free 4-week funding program. Well, I mean, I can answer your questions or concerns about it, or just go through it, right? Just simply go through it. What I didn't mention here, which I should have, is every one of these participants are guaranteed at least $10,000 under their EIN while they're going through the process. So in addition to this first tranche financing we're talking about, one of the incentives, and that'll be on your page, it's on this page as well, they're going to get at least, we're essentially paying them to go through it because we're guaranteeing them at least $10,000 under their EIN. Let's talk about business credit and EIN financing for a second. Some of you have drank the Kool-Aid and you know it. I'll give my story, and if you want to share yours. I went into BMW of Tyler, Texas, near where I live and where I work. And I went in and bought a new BMW X5, sporty little vehicle. The M model makes it even sportier. And I said, I want to buy this under my business. I want to buy it under the EIN. And I did. I financed it through their finance department there at the dealership under the business name. Did it show up on my credit? No, because it's under the business. Did it help build the business credit? Absolutely. Now, the truth is the interest rate was about a point higher because it was running through the business than personal, but that's what you get for business financing. I've bought other vehicles, and many of you have gone out and bought vehicles under your business. Well, why would you want to buy a vehicle under your business? Well, number one, it's under your business credit, not personal credit. Number two, it's fully tax deductible. And number three, if the vehicle qualifies, you can use Section 179 of the IRS code. If you don't know what that means that you can buy it now, set up to make payments over 3, 4, 5, 7 years, whatever term you want to repay it. But the IRS allows you to deduct the full amount now rather than amortizing, depreciating it over a number of years. So the government will literally pay you to go buy a company vehicle through the accelerated depreciation. It doesn't show up on your credit, it falls under your business credit. Same with business credit cards. Why would you want to run everything through personal credit cards? You get business credit cards, and then what happens? It's fully tax deductible because it's business expenses. There's just so many reasons. And that's part of what we're doing with them in the 4-week funding program, is helping them build out their business credit and getting them at least their first 10,000. All right, so Pierre is asking about that. How is the 10,000 business credit established for the clients? All right, so I'll attempt to describe the process because Pierre asked, but what I want to always reiterate is this is simple. So I'm happy to answer your questions, and I will answer your questions. But what you need to know to operate is really simple. It's these 3 things. Everything else that we're talking about is good to know, but it's not necessary for you to go out and get a landing page to refer people to it and make money. So Pierre asked, how do we go about helping people establish their business credit? Well, first we work with the client to make sure, and this is through the 4-week process. First thing that we do is make sure that the business is set up properly. Do they have a profile established with Dun & Bradstreet, with Experian Business, with Equifax Business? Are those profiles complete? In other words, is the industry code complete? Is the address right? Is the owner right? All the the data that is showing on the profiles, is that set up correctly? Because that's where we need to start. Often, almost always, it's not. So we need to clean that up or add content to the profiles. Then we start adding trade lines, and there's many different types of trade lines. We want to focus on trade lines under the EIN, under the business, that does not have PGs, does not have personal credit, no personal guarantees. And that's what we do, Pierre, and we guarantee, it's in writing. We guarantee them at least 10,000 of business credit. Now they may say, oh, 10,000 is not enough. Well, that's what we're promising in the first 28 days. If they want to continue to build business credit, great. But let's get it started, right? That's the most difficult part, is let's get it started. All right, thank you, Pierre, for that question. So again, we're here today, and we won't be here tomorrow, travel, but we're here today to talk about the simple 3-step process. So you, Alfred, you, April, you, Ben, you, Bruce, you, Cameron, David, Jeff, John, Joseph, and others. Well, Joseph makes a lot more than 5,000 a day, but for those of you to understand a simple process that anyone can follow, and we're here to answer the questions and answers, to give answers to your questions that you may have. Who else has questions? A couple of you have thrown them out there, and I appreciate it. Who else has a question? Veronica had asked earlier about how to fund the leads. And yeah, if you need funding to fund the leads, then go through the process yourself. Super simple. Who else has questions about this? I'm telling you that I don't think you're going to find many ways to have an opportunity to help people and generate more income. Also, I can tell you that a lot of small businesses that come into the mix have a real problem. They have a cash flow deficit. And so this is a resource that the clients can use as well. Because if a client comes aboard and says, well, I don't have money to pay my bills, then you got to do something to create some cash flow along with arranging for debt. So earning income, strengthening one's balance sheet, strengthening one's income statement, building our bank balances and bank rating is smart to do. So who has any questions, comments, concerns over this very simple concept? 3 easy steps to earn an adult income. Questions, comments, concerns? If not, I challenge you, try it. We're on May 10th. Let's try it from now to the end of the month, to the end of May. Get your landing page if you don't have it. Refer people to it and make some money. Try it through the end of the month. All right, and Alfred's asking kind of an advanced question. So yes, we're continuing to ramp up our infrastructure to handle the volume that's coming through. And then to the extent that if you want to be a white label partner, then you can do so and build your own infrastructure. And you're obviously paid to do so because you're going to earn more income. Thank you for that, Alfred. Magnus asks, can we refer fully established companies? Sure. And I guess I didn't describe who our target audience is. So who's our target audience for the free 4-week funding? Typically, any business, whether they be pre-formation, pre-revenue, pre-launch, startup, or existing. You know, we do some capital raises that are in the tens of thousands, some that are in the hundreds of thousands, some that's in the millions, some that are over 10 million. And so it's the same process. It doesn't change whether you're starting a little bakery or running a large manufacturing company. So thank you, Magnus. Yes, it's fine. The only real 2 requirements are we need the company to be US based, and it needs to be legal in nature. You know, a couple of you wanted to do the human trafficking thing or the fentanyl financing. We can't do any of that. So nothing illegal, but as long as it's legal and US based, roll with it. There's no other pre-qualifications. Pauline says she does not have a landing page. Well, here's the solution. Go right here, sign up, and the system will generate a landing page and email to you. If you feel that you've done that and the system didn't generate it for you somehow, some way, then email me or I'll get you a Scott, and Scott can resolve it. But The process to get a landing page is right here on number 1. Yeah, and Veronica says safe travel. So we'll be traveling tomorrow, Wednesday, and Friday, but we will have training again on Thursday. So sorry for the in and out this week, but we're growing quickly. We're excited about the type of results that we're seeing with client funding, client volume, earnings going out to each of you. So things are going well, but as things get busier, sometimes we won't be able to get together in the morning. So no training on Wednesday the 11th or Friday the 13th. All right, Pauline. So she says she signed up and she didn't get a link. I don't know where the breakdown is. Just email me if you want, Pauline, and I'll get Scott to either reissue you a link or to get you yours. I'm not sure where the breakdown is. Any other questions? I mean, it is a simple 3-step process. Simple 3-step process. I don't know how it gets any easier than this. Some of you want to do more and get paid more. Great. Then become a white label partner, and you'll do more and you'll get paid more, and that's fine. So referral partners, simple and easy, 3 steps. You don't really need to worry about anything else. We want it to be super simple. You don't have to worry about anything but just those 3 steps. We'll take care of the rest. You just get paid. Any other questions, comments, concerns today? All right. Well, thanks, everyone. You have a great day, and we'll see you back on Thursday. No training tomorrow on Wednesday the 11th. Bye-bye.